Welcome to episode number 1 of the new Southern California series that I'm starting. And this one's going to be more of a railroad management series. So my plan is to have 2 different types. I'll have this SoCal series where we're kind of doing a overview of working the entire map in the episodes. And then if I'm going to do a specific local or drive a specific train, then I'll split that out like I've been doing before in the past in like a mini series, multi-part series where I'm just working that one job. My plan here, the way I'm going to try doing this is each one of these episodes in this SoCal series will start with like a 1 to 2 minute overview of your tasks, what needs to be done. So if you want to play along and download the world save files, you can watch the first intro, which I'll go over what needs to get done around the map. And then you can it's up to you. You can either just watch the rest of the video and then go do it, or you can pause the video after the quick assignment, what needs to be done. And then you can go and work the different tasks. And then at that point, watch the rest of the video and see how I did it. Or maybe you got stuck somewhere. So then you can watch and see what I did. So anyways, let's get started and we'll see how it goes. First on the list today, we've got the L-CAL1161 local job that I had worked on some previous episodes, and it's currently at the Troy control point here, approaching Newberry Ballast Pit. So you need to take this train. You can either AI recrew or you can manually drive them in. And you need to get them over here to pick up these loaded rock cars. You're going to be leaving this cut here and just picking up the ones on this second track to take back to Barstow Yard. So once you get over here and you couple to this cut, you can either let AI take it to Barstow, or you can manually drive the train back into Barstow Yard. The next thing that needs to be done is over in Bakersfield. So up on the dispatch screen, you'll see this red block. If you travel to this junction here, Kern Junction, we've got a train that's currently not under AI control, and he needs to go into Bakersfield Yard. This is a train from Alton, North Dakota, loaded grain train going to Bakersfield Yard. So you got to send him either AI or drive him. It's up to you every time, so I guess I don't have to repeat that always. But basically, you need to get that train over here into Bakersfield Yard and put him on track number 3. Right here. This is track number 3, this one. And just get him all the way into the end, and you can shut him down and put the handbrakes on. And then the last thing that needs to be done is over in San Bernardino. I'll use the extra board to shoot over there. And in the San Bernardino yard, we've got a bare table train that came from UPS North Bay, California. He's made it to the end of this track. But as you can see, the train is too long and it's out of the yard. It's not blocking a main line, but it's way out of the yard here. So it just needs to be split into 2. So you can leave cars on the track that it's currently on and then put the remaining cars that are hanging off the end on the track next to it. This should be, I think, track number 206. And you can put those right there. And once you've got those 3 things done, then that is it for this episode. So at this point, if you want to, you can either continue watching the rest of the video, or you can pause the video and load up the world save files on Google Drive and then perform those 3 tasks and then come back to the video if you want after. The first thing we got to do is finish off this local job, the L-CAL1161. And the last I was at Hill Brothers Chemicals. But what I did off camera here is I had the AI crew take him from, I think it was Amboy, and I had the AI crew take him back to Troy here for me, and then I stopped him here at this Troy crossing. So what I'm going to do, I haven't turned on the dispatch yet. I'm going to cross him over and then bring him into the Newberry yard so we can pick up those rock hoppers. So I'm going to have the AI crew do this. You can see he's got the green light I just gave him. And I'll have the AI crew drive the train so that as he's coming in, I can take care of a train that's up in Bakersfield. But we'll watch him go in. Once he crosses this signal, then I can flip auto back on. So now that he's crossed the signal, before he gets going too fast, I got to jump up here and flip this switch. I'll save my camera position with Shift 1, just in case I got to come back here. Now, if I had auto turned on and he was routed this way, it wouldn't let me flip the switch. But now that he's crossed over, I can put auto on for everybody. And then what he's going to do is he's going to come in here on this switch, and he's going to go past Reox, straight ahead here. He's going to go straight here, and then here's the rock hoppers. And you can see the ones we dropped off before when we were working this local. They're filled up now. But we're only picking up this cut here on the right. And then I just got to make sure that this switch is green. Yeah, so it's thrown incorrectly. So when the AI gets to this spot, he's going to automatically stop because the switch is thrown against him, which is what I want, because I want him to stop here, and then I'll come back when I'm done up in Bakersfield, and I'll manually pick up these rock cars. So let's see. He should be coming through here, and then I can also... Oh, he's not even there yet. So let's just watch him come in, and as soon as he gets in there, I'll flip the switch so that we're not messing up the main line, and then we'll jump up to Bakersfield. All right, now let's go over to Bakersfield, because I got a train sitting here at Kern Junction. Oh, wait, I did the wrong one. I need to be on this one. So this was an AI train that came from Seligman, and I had him relinquish here, so I got to re-AI crew him. I had stopped him here off camera. Because the tricky part is, as you'll see, he's got a signal here now. Auto gave him a signal, but if we just let him go, he's just going to continue on all the way past Bakersfield onto the Bakersfield sub and then off the map. But I need him into Bakersfield Yard on track 3. So I got to get him past this signal here at Kern Junction, and then we got to flip the crossovers. This is a loaded grain train that came from Alton, North Dakota. So now that he's made his way through, see, look, he's already going past Bakersfield Yard. So we got to stop him before that happens. So I'm going to jump over to this block, and then I got to move ahead up here. And there's 2 sets of crossovers that we got to flip. So we got this one here. And I'm not sure what's going on. He's saying that I can't do it because the train's lined over it. But usually once he passes a signal like this, you can flip, but I guess sometimes it doesn't work, but not a big deal. Just got to hit F1, turn auto DS off, and now it'll let me flip the switch. And then we got this other crossover up ahead here. And then I want to get him going straight through here. We're going to turn left here. And I'm going to put him on track 3. So this is track 1, 2, and then 3. Now he's going to run to the end of that track, but I have to make sure that the switch at this other end is correct or incorrect, and it is. So it's not thrown, it's thrown against him, so he won't be able to make the turn and just leave the yard. If I flipped this switch to red and it was the right way here for him, he'd just exit and keep going. And yeah, you can see now these are pink here because And I could turn auto back on. And then he's going to close out these signals. I forgot what he just made them dark, and then they'll reset. And then because we got the crossovers thrown, that's why these blocks are all pink. Let's head over here to the Bakersfield Amtrak station. This is kind of a nice station. They did a nice job here. Look at that, with all the glass and stuff. What is this, a little stool? I don't think I've seen that anywhere else in the game. Oh, he's going to the stop and proceed. That's right, So while this guy's slowing down for the stop and proceed signal at the Bakersfield Amtrak, I'm going to pull up our AI trains menu and transport back to our L-CAL1161. And he is in the perfect spot. This is where we sent him here. So he's still under AI control. So I'm just going to go up here to relinquish when stopped. And then it's going to take about 8 seconds, and then the AI crew will leave. So that conductor there should disappear. There he goes. They just left. And I can take control. And now we're going to back up and grab this cut right here. And it's got to go back to Barstow Yard, and then I'll have the AI crew take this train back to Barstow. Alright, so I can bring them forward. And I got to remember to pull the EOT off, because this train was just under AI control, so he's got an EOT on the back, and I need to take that off. Anytime a train is under AI control, it gets an EOT, even if it's just locomotive, so just always be aware. And the same with if you have, especially be aware if you've got like an ES44, one of the more modern, SD70, because it's an internal EOT, so you won't even see the unit on the back, and you'll think you just forget about it, and then sure enough, there's one on there. At the top, it says ATSF 697 passing stop and proceed signal. So that's our other train under AI control. He just passed it, so we'll jump back over there and we should see him pulling into Bakersfield Yard. All right, now since I'm going to have the AI take him, who do we got coming here? Looks like we got an auto rack train. Heading to UPS. Oh, it's an auto rack. It looks like a mixed intermodal. Heading to North Bay, California, UPS. So I'm going to use an AI crew to take this train back to Barstow Yard. So I don't really have to worry about air hoses or anything, EOTs, because that'll all happen automatically when I hit AI recrew. But before I hit AI recrew, I need to make sure that the symbol's right and the switches. So right now we got the switches correct. And then I'm going to have to flip the switch up there to get them out onto the main line. But for now, let me just get them going. So I'll click here, and now I don't want L-CAL1161 because that will not go, that won't get them into Barstow Yard. So what I'll do is I'll just maybe go L because it's a local, and I'm just going to go, the first three letters don't really matter, but I'm just going to go BAR, BAR. As long as this last three letters say BAR, we'll get them into Barstow. And now I can hit AI recrew. And now this crew is going to take this train back to Barstow Yard for me so I can jump back up to Bakersfield and make sure that that grain train's getting into the yard okay. Just had to do a screenshot there for the thumbnail. So this train is going to go to the end of the yard here, and then he's going to stop. Actually, let me just take care of this now. I was going to say maybe I'll wait, but this is such a short distance. So let's see if I don't really even need to check the dispatch screen because auto won't let me throw this switch if there's a train coming. So that means there isn't. And if I go back to needles, so this just turned pink because I flipped that switch on the main line. But you can see there's no trains here, so we're good. So this will send him all the way through. And then he's going to be coming down. Where is he? Oh, wait, he's already on the main line. What am I talking about? I just confused myself, so I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. There. I was thinking that was still part like on this track right here. But he's already out, so we're good. So he should, yeah, well, I guess I didn't even look. He should have a, no, he doesn't have a signal yet there. Maybe he's got to get to the next control point, and then auto will give him a signal. So I can throw this switch back now that he's passing. That way we're not messing up the main line. Now that he's gone out of there, and I'll put this one back the way it was. And then I can double check that we don't have any pink blocks, and we don't, so that he should be good there. And Auto will recognize him and take him into Barstow Yard. So now let's jump back to our train from Alton, North Dakota. This one here going to Bakersfield. And oh, he's already in the yard. He's on track 3. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's see, is he still going through the crossover up here? Or is, oh, no, he's already passed it. So I can flip those crossovers back. Hopefully one day they'll set it up where Auto and AI can, where the AI can route into Bakersfield. It can route into Bakersfield if it's coming from the west. Like if it was coming down from Stockton heading east, then it works. Auto will send them into the yard, but not if you're heading westbound like we were. I had put this MOW because I was going to leave this one red, so that way it would stop the train. And he wouldn't accidentally go past, because if I'm driving another train, like I was just driving that Chicago to Los Angeles train, it's hard then to pay attention to what's going on the map, and then you could have your train here just go right past Bakersfield Yard and you're all messed up. So I had flipped that switch red and put the MOW thing there to just always keep it red until a train comes. But what ended up happening is I had like 3 other AI trains get backed up in front of our train here. So it kind of created a jam. So I'm going to have to figure out a different solution next time we got a train coming into Bakersfield. All right, so we'll let him get in there. And let's just take a look at, oh, there's our signal. Okay, good. So Auto gave our L-CAL1161 train a signal to get back into Barstow Yard. Oh, and we got the Galesburg to Barstow coming in on track 8. So I need to mark that off on the spreadsheet that he's in. That's another supply train. All right, so the Galesburg to Barstow is right here, and I can put no because he's no longer en route. He's pulling into Barstow Yard. And then the only one left here is the Alton, North Dakota to Bakersfield. And that's the one that we're looking at right here that just pulled in. So I'll put a no here because he's not en route. So I'm going to have to drop in some more supply trains. And he's stopping right at the end here of this track 3 as planned. So I'm going to click him and hit relinquish when stopped. That way I can shut it down. And he's going to move on another. Look at the reflection off the windshield. That's nice. So we can shut these down, and then he's going to move on another occasion. Deliver these loaded grain cars. So we can take control now, and I can set a handbrake, shut the engine down, turn off the headlights. And then I'll just jump to the back. Pull that off. And I guess I can... I guess that setup for the DPU is fine. I could just leave that. So I can just relinquish this train. And it's time for the next task, which I think we're either going to go to Barstow. We're going to do the bear tables at San Bernardino next. So let's go to, on the extra board, we got our San Berdue Cajon sub. I'll load that. And that just shoots us over here to San Bernardino yard. And we've got this bear table train that came in. And this also came in from North Bay for UPS. But it's currently hanging out over here. It's too long. It's not blocking any main lines, but it's messing up the yard. So what we got to do is fire up these locomotives and split it, keep half on the track it's on now, and half on the other, half of it on the track right next to us. So while it's getting filled up, just make sure these switches are lined and that we got plenty of room. It looks like we do to go through here. Yeah, I might have to get a signal there, but I don't know. I think we'll have enough room. We'll see when we get there. I think I should probably speed the move speed up just a little bit. Turn the headlights on, and then I'll release the handbrake, release the locomotive brakes, and then let's get it moving up. Look, you could really see that it's either a hump or it actually kind of looks like a hump in the yard. Kind of looks like it goes a little up and then down from here. That's probably why I needed 2 notches, because we're going up a slight grade, it says. I think what I'll do is, I got to do my extra board technique. I haven't even added them yet on this new starting from scratch. So I'm just going to make this camera 1, and then I'll do save. And then I got to make a camera 2. So I'll show you how that's going to work. So I did, camera 1 is right here. And then I can jump to the back of our train. And I want to put camera 2 right over here. Maybe like that. So then all I have to do is hit F1, extra board camera 2, save. And now I've got these spots saved so I can guide the train in, and I don't have to keep on flying back and kind of sometimes. The flying is fine, but sometimes it gets a little bit chaotic. And this just is a really nice technique to allow you to monitor a train a little smoother. So for example, if I want to go back to the front rather than flying back, I just go click F1, camera 1, load, and we're right back to where I saved it. And I think I might even change that view to like somewhere right over here. Whoop. Let's put it right here. Camera 1, save it there. So how much room do I have? Not a ton, but hopefully enough just to get the back of this train in there. Where are we at on the map? Cajon. We're somewhere up inside this A yard. So let's go back to the rear. And what's he got left here? A few more cars. We might just make it. Otherwise, I'll have to give myself a signal. Whoa, that's awesome. Look at that car rocking. Must be a rough part of track. Watch, this one right here should do it. Yeah, there must be a messed up rail there. So hopefully the front of our train is not going through the signal yet. I gotta go about one more car, so let's jump back to the front. I can also just hit, for me it's the 5 key and it puts you down here, but oh, we're gonna get it just right. But sometimes using that F1 camera is nice because it'll put you back exactly where you were with like a nice aerial view. But for it to put you in the sky, you have to be in the air when you hit F1 and load it. If you're on the ground, it'll put you on the ground once it loads. So we should be good there. Let's jump to the back again. Did we clear? Yeah, okay. That's perfect. That's good enough. I'll just set a handbrake here so it doesn't move. And now let's jump. So I'll go up in the air first, and then let's jump back to the front. And then I gotta split it. You know, I probably will have to go, or maybe not, because I only gotta go up a couple car lengths. Let's cut it here. So we'll get some handbrakes set. And remember, once you set the first one with the mouse, you could just use the space bar to do the rest. So you click the car, hit space, and it'll repeat the last action that you did. So it applies the handbrake. So that just makes it a little quicker. You don't have to run up there with the mouse every time. So we did it. Let's see, was it this one? Yeah, that one's going to stay. Oh, we got to back up a little bit. But I got to be careful here because I'm going to have to probably, let's see how close I can get. Slow down. I think that's going to be enough. It is. Awesome. Now I can send them back down this track and we'll be good. That's kind of a nice screenshot. Got our handbrake set, and let's uncouple here. Oh, it's too much force even now. And actually, I'm going to isolate that just so we don't even... Otherwise, we got way too much power. So I'm just going to back up. And once it gets to there, I'm going to put the independent brake on and then pull off notch 1, put it in neutral. And now I can uncouple. And then these two need to go over to this refueling rack over here. So to get there, I'm going to have to flip these switches. We got this one. Oh no, that one actually was correct. I need it that way, and then I should be able to... Oh, this is a Y over here. So actually, what I'll probably do... Yeah, I'll go through here and then I'll back up on this one. So let's save this camera position here, because I'm going to... Once they clear. And then I don't know what switch this is on the dispatch screen, so I'm going to stand on this, hit F3, and it's this one. Okay, so now I can right-click, and then I give myself a restricting. Now, in single player, like I'm playing now, and what you're going to be doing if you're playing along here with this, technically, it's not going to hurt anything if you don't give it a restricting. You might get auto giving you that warning, like, you know, you went through a red, but it's not going to affect anything. So if you're lazy and you're like, I don't really care, I'm just going to move through it for a second, you don't have to worry about it. Because in our case, we might not even, like, we're not going to go... Maybe I'll try going up forward enough to, like, clear this switch, because sometimes if you just move up just like a few feet through it, it's not enough to reset everything. But anyways, once we get through, then I can back down the Y, so I'll do that. Or maybe I'll just go this way. It looks like, just glancing at it, it looks like this route might be a little shorter to those fueling stands. So it looks like it did... Yeah, okay, so it did trip the signal because it's dark now, and it'll come back. It'll just go back to red. So I think we're okay there. I can bring them back. And I've got this signal over here. This switch is correct, yeah. Good. put them on this fueling track on the right. And then I'll just make sure I didn't forget anything here, and then I think we're all set at San Bernardino. Are we on good? Oh yeah. Oh, we're plenty. All right, so I can shut these down, put the handbrakes on, and our tag, I'll just switch it back to none. Just reset it because these are just getting fueled up. Yeah, that one's got less than half. That one's got 3/4, but that's okay. So now I can Alt-R to relinquish. And then I just want to check, I want to put our switches back, and I just want to make sure that I didn't forget anything over here with these bare tables. So oh yeah, I got this switch. And that all looks good. I think we were good over here. Looking good over here. And that's it. So that's track, let's see, if I pull up my map for, let me go to Cajon, San Bernardino. So we put the locomotives on fuel 1, and we're currently on, with these bare tables, we're in the A yard on track 206 and 207. And that wraps up episode number 1. Stay tuned for episode 2. We'll be up in Barstow Yard running a train over the hump.